Hey guys, it's Kennedy, and today we are doing some girl talk, and we're gonna do our makeup a little bit and just roll with the punches. 9:25 on a Wednesday night. I'm not really gonna explain the products I'm using. I'm just gonna do my makeup like I would. I definitely am planning on doing a in-depth makeup routine soon because I just really want to update it one, especially. I did one last year this time, but I just feel like I know the tips and tricks for myself, so I just want to share them with y'all. So I'm going to do a dedicated video about that, and that's going to be super duper fun. Your girl has just been emotional all day today. I have a new favorite movie, which is going to be Silver Linings Playbook is my new favorite movie, and Perks of Being a Wallflower has been my favorite movie since I could speak, you know what I mean, since middle school. So that's actually crazy. I feel like it really took the cake. And that just brings me to my topic of matching someone's freak, which is crazy if you've seen the movie. I mean, it's not that detrimental, but it definitely is. It gives something, and it's just you may feel like you're in a good situation or a situation that you just like the idea of, but it just really isn't it for you, and it's not the most fulfilling and healthiest thing for you, and it can just show, literally. And then once you finally do meet someone who matches your freak or kind of gets you in that way that you haven't felt understood in before, it just changes your entire world. You just become so receptive to love the people around you. What really solidified, if you haven't seen that movie, go check it out. It was the ending when, and this is a spoiler, so I don't want to spoil, but it's not that bad of a spoiler. But yeah, just at the end when they're all together on a Sunday, just happy, and that made me so happy, because I'm you just never know where you're gonna end up, who you're gonna meet, different things like that. And that's just the beauty of life, the silver lining, finding that little peak of what actually gives you hope and keeps you up every day, kind of pushes you forward. What is your motivator, honestly? And that's just something I think about a lot. I'm a very hopeful person, and I just feel it's so hard for me to this looks crazy, but you get it, girls. Yeah, I'm a very hopeful person, and there's nothing that's kind of going to take that away from me. I truly believe everything happens for a reason, all of that. So I just know that something else better is always constantly on the rise. That's why I'm very just hopeful and happy. I feel I'm just naturally joyful to an extent, which is funny because I actually came to terms literally today. A lot has happened today. I came to terms with myself and how I may just be an angry person sometimes. And I feel that's hard to acknowledge and B, even claim, because I present myself happy, and I am pretty happy. I'm high functioning and all of these things, and I'm just grateful for it. I have a pretty good spirit, but one thing about me, I'm so stubborn, and I know that I can claim my stubbornness, but honestly, it's that edge of stubbornness and anger is a fine line. And I find myself I feel I think everything through, but it's I be going from 0 to 100 in a random way, and I know what's happening in my head, but I could see why anyone outside of my head would think, oh, that's kind of crazy, weird girl. I'm yeah, girl, I understand, you know what I mean? So I'm not necessarily working on it, because I just think the first step to me even feeling this is acknowledging that, oh, I might not just like be the happiest person in the world outwardly. Like, I'm happy within my own right, you know? Like, I feel like I give chill vibes. I do be chilling. I'm never like pressed too much about anything, but I do get angry. And I used to cry a lot as a kid. And if you guys have been here, I know it's like my channel is new. I've just been a crybaby my whole life, but it's a real emotion, and it's all been out of anger because I'm not getting things my way, which is crazy, but it's true. And it's not even in like a boohoo my way. It's like I'm determined to have things the way that I want them, and I'm not settling for any less. And yeah, I just feel like, especially as like a Black woman, like coming off like any type of way gives a perception. Yeah, like you can't act a certain way if you look a certain way sometimes, or you can, first off, you can do whatever you want, but you know what I mean, like in the public eye, it's just what it is. At the end of the day, I'm still a Black woman, and if I have anger, I'm gonna have my anger, but I put it to the side because what's the point of letting them see you like mad, you know what I mean? But yeah, I find myself, I'm just an angry girl. And what really made me realize this, I'm jumping from a lot of topics, but natural flow of conversation. What made me get this idea, or even like, and it's crazy because like what we consume does play in our psyche. That's why it is like, be careful with what you're consuming. But also, it doesn't have to like affect your life that deeply. And it does. But you don't have to let it rule you, is what I'm saying. Like, it's really like taking things with a grain of salt. Some things are hard to take with a grain of salt. Anyways, I was watching a video. It was a guy's vlog, and he was saying how he's just like, he's been angry like since he was a kid and used to fight and stuff. And I was like, that's so funny, because like, I don't watch many male vloggers in the first place unless I actually feel like good energy from them. Like, they do a subject matter that I like, and that I just kind of stick with them because I sense a good energy, and then a subject matter that I like, you know? Like, I'm not a complete man hater. I really have my misandrous moments, and you know, that's a topic for another day. So I say that all to say is that he was saying how he was angry as a kid, and I was like, you know what, I could see how I was an angry kid, but it was just covered with crying. And like, just like being able to say that, and like me having to just be emotional, but it's me being angry, and that could just be a person to person thing. But you know, just always trying to be like tough, and then it just cracking, honestly, I think is what it is. Like, okay, this is what I want to talk about. So I dyed my hair black, and I love it. This whole week I've been wearing my hair. You guys are definitely gonna see it. It's on my social media and all that. This whole week has felt like kind of misplaced. It's felt like I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing, and I just don't want to be perceived. And I haven't had that feeling in a very, very long time, of like kind of just wanting to be low-key. I like pride myself on having and wanting to be like seen, and just live boldly and kind of just be myself. But I've honestly haven't wanted to be perceived all week, and I'm not too sure what that's about. I feel like, I don't know, I have no clue what that is about. I just feel like I just need to take a step back, and I feel like that is also something that we do to ourselves, is like kind of trying to take control of the situation by assessing it too much and overthinking it, but you're really just putting yourself in a bad place, aka me right now. That is why I am recording and talking to you guys, because I don't necessarily feel like good about, I don't know, it's so iffy. Like, I'm like making content and hoping that I'm resonating with people, especially on YouTube, because this is like actually who I am, versus like you know, social media platforms and all that. And then like also just like people that you know in real life, and then their perceptions of you. And like nothing is wrong with that. Like you can't change what anyone thinks, and I literally never think about what anyone else is like thinking of me, quite literally. It's just like I'm like, oh my gosh, you see me right now, don't you? Like, and I'm not like scared of that. I definitely was. I was like, you know, there's this thing I just saw. It said, working towards my dream is not embarrassing. Giggle at my effort, and may it bring you temporary comfort in your lack. Literally, like, it's like, girl, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. And I have so many dreams and aspirations, and I'm just so happy for that, because I'm like, I am my ancestors' wildest dream. Like, I am so proud of the person I am. I do take pride in my appearance and the person that I am, because I've had to build this for myself. And I can only imagine, like, we are ancestors of people, you know, like we are from someone, and they had their own set of insecurities, dreams, hopes, desires, you know, and then God willing, you know, for generations to come, whoever comes after me, I just hope that they're thinking of me as well, just in a spiritual sense, and like just motivation. I don't feel like too connected, or ever felt that connected to the older generation in my life, other than, you know, just existing and just having respect for older people. And I know that I'm a good person, and I do respect those before me, but it is my reality to live, and like how this is our only life that we know of, and we're all doing this for the first time, at least to my knowledge, you know what I mean? So it just is such a beautiful thing to think of those who came before you, of why you are the way you are, the features on your face, the way your hair curls or doesn't, the way your hair curls, the way your body reacts to situations, the generational trauma. All of those things are something I consider every day now, only because it's like, it's been heavy on my mind, of just like continuing to do the things that I want for myself. Because whether you believe it or not, like who you are when you close the door, when no one is around, there's a soul in there. Whether, you know, I'd like to think that if you are here, that somebody did something right to even get you to this point, even if they weren't the best parent to your parents and all of that, but you are here now, and I just am grateful for them. There's just so much that we don't know has happened or will happen, and I just find so much beauty in that. And I say all that to say is that I'm gonna keep doing everything that I can, because I'm a woman, and I'm a Black woman, and I can only imagine how those who came before me feel or would have felt seeing me. And even my mom, seeing her so proud of like certain things in this generation, and how Black women present themselves, and all these beautiful things. And I'm just wanting to continue that, and that is what helps me show up every day. I did struggle, but it's more of like it's kind of two things at once, but like knowing that I'm a person, but also knowing that I'm a soul and I'm not this body. In that, I find appreciation for this body, this vessel that I'm in, and how beautiful it is to be here and do the things and even be connected to my ancestry. I've been really enjoying some vlogs, but especially just like more of the person of who I'm watching. Like number one forever has been Aslia. If you know, you know. Aslia Williams. Just love her channel down. Live in the city. She's a fashion girly in New York, New Jersey. Love her. Talkᡣ�, love her as far as fitness and lifestyle. She has so much personality, and we have the same birthday, so I just love that. Swole, I watch Swole like every day. I love him and Cranen and the way that they show up for their community, and also just like being in the fitness space. And I just love people who are consistent. That is my number one, and I'm gonna be there if you're gonna be consistent. So I just love that stuff. And like, I love Tony Bravo. She's so talented in every area, and I just love watching so many. I love that we even have this as an option to watch creators and people's lives, because the way you curate it is so unique to yourself. Whether you feel like you're doing the exact same thing as someone else, you're still you at the end of the day. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, people do things, people copy each other day in and day out, but at the end of the day, if they don't like carrots and the other person does, they're different. That's how I look at it. Fluid, or Carla Vargas, love her and her aura and what she's presenting on the internet. I just am so happy that long form is kind of coming back, because it is pushing people to be more creative and consistent and just create these beautiful things. So, and I just feel like there is a uniqueness to everyone, truly, and you can just tell it. And I love people who are especially unique in their craft, and passionate, and you can just see that through the screen. And those are people who inspire me and who I aspire to be like, and that is why I like to show up for you guys and be here. I'm not necessarily sure what type of channel I even am, because I'm just a big thinker, but I love beauty and love tattoos and lifestyle, so I'm just gonna find it as I go. There's no reason for me to try to put myself in a box, because it's so easy to want to. So many things just inspire me daily and deeply that I'm just so happy. At the end of the day, I really am about that soul, spirit, vibe, energy, connection. You can feel it, and you know if someone is doing you dirty or not, whether it be their flesh kind of doing that, or just them being, or their soul. Like, you'll feel done dirty. All of that aside, I'm like, it's just a crazy life we live, and all the different possibilities. So that is why you should lead with love, because it's like, you can't just like say no to something. First off, you can do whatever you want, but you can't just like say no to something and just not be receptive to new information because you're complacent. Honestly, it's like you meet so many different walks of life, and there's all these possibilities, but when you're meeting these walks of lives, it's literally about having discernment of like, oh, you're gonna be in my life or you're not. My goal is just to like have more connections with people, because like for me it's so like scary sometimes. I know how to have a conversation, it's just I don't know how far I can go in at that initial conversation, and then that just takes me out. Like, I could small talk, but about very specific situations. Like at work, I could small talk up and down about my job and stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's so funny because I go to the gym, and like, you know, the people who are at the front, and you see them every day because you go to the gym, they're like, have a good workout, and I'm just like, thank you. Like, I say it really quiet because that's just how I present, and I just feel like I want to be louder, but it just makes me like not feel right. And I don't know if it's something I even want to work on, but we're gonna see. I would love to talk to everyone. I really appreciate, I don't know if it's like either the way I give off or not, but I just feel like people don't approach me often, and they haven't like my whole life. I don't know. And I'm happy for it, because I feel like it has been like a protection thing for me, because I feel like I could have definitely been in some situations without this or whatever I have going on. And this one girl did reach out of like, ooh, we should have like a friend dinner, like we should, you know, hang out. And I'm so excited. Hopefully that happens at the end of this month. I am like, if someone brings up an idea, I'm gonna follow through, because I don't play that game. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Y'all will know, obviously, because y'all are my girls. Like, this is just the beginning, truly. And if you are here, I'm so excited to like see where this takes us. But yeah, like, I just feel like it's always worth it to kind of reach out. There's just so many things, and I'm like, even being like, just being a woman and like having goals, and people dragging you down. Mainly it is men, but you can be in a relationship with anyone and they literally drag you down. They drain your energy. And this is so funny because I was watching a video about this, but I've always thought it. But like, honestly, when girls start posting a lot more after they break up because they were being drained, like, I'm so confused. Like, that will never be me. I promise you guys. That's never happening, because I can't, I'm too stubborn. Like I said, I'm too stubborn for that, for someone to be taking something away from me, my energy, my creativity. Like, and it's not necessarily a bad thing if someone's like taking you out of kind of putting stuff out, if it's negative stuff, but most of the time it's just your creative expression and your energy is going towards love, which is also a beautiful thing. Like, there is no point. But I'm also like, you know what the desires of your heart are. Do you feel like you've been like taken away from them because you've been so into this person? Like, you just haven't had time all of a sudden, you know? But there's also the other beautiful side of it, is that this person motivates you to want to be great and continue doing what you're doing. You know, that's how you should know. And like, people watching your videos or not watching, supporting or skipping over stuff, and they're the people you know, and it's just like, this is how you're gonna do me when I'm chasing my dreams, you know? And there's nothing like, just look around you when you are going after the things that you want in this life, because it's gonna be clear as day what's happening. I feel like even like people I'm not close to have supported me way more than some of the people I'm closest to, and it's crazy. And it's just like, people have faith and belief in you, they have trust in you to be great. And I don't take that as, oh my gosh, I have to be great so that they can see I'm doing great. No, I take it as like, you believe in me even when I'm nothing, but I'm always something, okay? So take nothing lightly, but you just believe in me in this state and how I'm putting my stuff out there. So just imagine when I'm up, and I am up. Mentally, I'm always up. The physical things that people claim as like dreams and desires, like, you know, I'm not gonna be like the most spiritual person in the world and be like, oh no, I don't want that. Like, girl, of course I do, you know? Like, I'm literally human. And it's just something to deeply embrace sometimes. And don't let the people you're with drain you. Like, I've done another girl talk before this, but when deciding to do this video, I had like a few ideas in mind. But I'm just like, being a girl is being a person. Literally, like, this is how I would talk to my friends. Like, I don't have to just be talking about boys all day, you know? And it's so nice though, because I do like those types of conversations, like how to be desirable, all those random things. Like, I love that stuff. But this is just what's coming out of my mouth, you know? If y'all have some questions or topics you want to discuss, let's do it. Yeah, one person, y'all, I'm just like brain spilling at this point. But this person that I've been following for forever, she was doing a podcast at one point, and she was saying how like her boyfriend wouldn't let her, like her boyfriend at the time wouldn't let her get a tattoo or something. And that like drove me truly, like, isn't it always like, don't you always feel like it's a man effing hating on you doing something that you think is better for yourself? And just as far as tattoos go, it is my desire to be like covered. I just literally hate like perception, because anyone who knows me now is probably gonna like, I'm sure, like, I don't even think of other people's ideas and stuff, probably other than my sister, and my sister's completely for me. I'm gonna do what I want, and like, when y'all see me tatted a lot more than I am now, I don't care like what anyone has to say about it. And that is really what bugs me, is like, it's so like, if I tattoo myself, I see the process of how easy, simple, and like just mundane it is. It's literally drawing on your skin. You bleed a little, takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks to heal, done. It's on there forever, unless you get it lasered off. You know, the fact that you can even laser is how like minuscule it is in my head of like, at this point for me in tattoos. But like, if someone really sat there and said, oh, she looked better without them, or oh, maybe you shouldn't do that, that would actually drive me crazy, because this is like, it's truly something I'm passionate about and myself, and it's just the most me thing I feel that I have sometimes. It's the art that I put on my body and decide to put on my body, and it's literally your body, your choice. Like, and it's crazy because it's like, what are you even doing discussing what someone else is doing? Yeah, and I just don't think I can handle not having that kind of freedom. That's why, especially with like my type, I like attractive. Let's get it started. My type is fine shit, you know? I'm just hopeful that my energy is, I understand the energy I'm getting and receiving, to know that, okay, they understand what they're getting into, or they're receptive to the type of person that I am, and they're not going to try to change me. Like, that's it. Like, if you want to change your hair, do it. Try your makeup, do it. I feel like there's so many people who do things to appease others, but especially the person they're dating. And it's fair, because there's certain things in romantic relationships that I guess like aesthetically matter. You know, it's just what it is sometimes. But you have to really consider the person you're talking to. Are you taking away their creativity? Like, just think a little deeper. Like, boys can have boy makeovers all day, but a girl can't have a girl makeover. You know, like, yeah, there's just that just makes me mad. I'm gonna stop explaining some things, because I'm just hoping y'all are understanding where I'm at. This was a long one. I hope it did something for you, and I hope you want to stay. And if you want more of these, definitely leave some questions and stuff like that. I just like love talking, and I'm literally one of the girls, like, I don't play. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna end this off on a little story time from the other day of what was just really sweet to me. And I hope someone is watching this complete video. That would be great, honestly. That'd just be cool. And I say that because 580 people is a lot. I'm happy about it. I'm very happy. But I'm like, imagine if there's more of y'all and you actually watch to this point. So hi. Even if you're from the future, the past, girl, I don't know. Anyways, cute little story time from the other day at work. I do photography, and I was helping someone kind of fix their clothes. It was a young girl, and she was like 15, and like I've just been constantly knowing that I turned 23 next month. Like, that blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Like, huh? So serious. Anyways, I've never felt like a big sister moment ever in my life, and that was one. I was helping her. I was adjusting, and I was like, I'm always helpful to people I'm helping and taking pictures of. I'm like, oh, do your hair like this and that. But I was like this girl, this young girl needs to be protected. Like, I'm right here, like, I'm helping her, and that's it. And just them feeling good about themselves in that moment, especially being that young and impressionable. And I was just like, it's what it is. Like, it was so, I don't know, I just felt like so happy to be a girl, but like, I feel like I'm slowly, like, this knowledge and wisdom is coming with age, and it is, and it's so beautiful. Not even maternal, but maternal care is like kicking in right now, and that's just been something I've never experienced before, and it just made me like really just look around confused and accepting of my surroundings and what was happening. Because, girl. Alright, guys, thank you for being here for my girl talk. I hope this was like insightful and just all the above. Stay tuned for more. I'm thinking about a schedule, but I'm also just kind of gonna go with the flow. I feel like I've been trying to be on some type of schedule this past month, and it didn't feel right, honestly. So I'm just going to do what feels right from this point on. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you for being here. Truly, truly, truly. I needed this. I hope you needed this, but I really needed this. So thank you. Talk to you guys later.